So the first of today's main events will be Minimax, and of course we've just been talking about Joe Linden, his younger brother Harry, going out in Minimax. He starts from pole position, the GP plate holder, alongside Finn Smith. Pearson, Bullock Carter and Stephen Duncan will share row 2, Ben Crossley and Mikey Porter on row 3.
Row 4, Aaron Paul there, and then it's Alfie Gallagher in 8th place for KR Sport, Mason Perrin in 9th place with Jai Lawrence in 10th, Joe Garraway in 11th and Chloe Chong in 12th.
13th will be Joshua Camp. Bryn Collins starts 14th. Cruz Speakman, best name here this weekend, I got to say. 15th. Harrison Crowther is next. Michael Morgan 17th. Watch for Mackenzie Douglas
in 18th.
In 18th place. Yes. Well done. Thank you very much. I was sort of dramatic pause before I said started the pre-final from pole position. But yes, quite simply, he is starting 18th, but he started the pre-final from pole position. If ever there was going to be a top gear from the rear, it's going to be this race. Okay, only 18 karts. We've seen that, you know, this is almost like a cadet race, only quicker, in terms of slipstreaming, drafting, and in one big pack. Here comes Harry Linden to the line. It's a good start from Linden. He got a good jump on Pearson, Bullock Carter in 3rd. A little bit of muscling on going through the first chicane, but they're all out cleanly. And there's number 30 kart making a move. And it's a little bit untidy there through the second hairpin, but Linden off to the races, but looks like it's from the outside, and Finn Smith has gone with him in 2nd place. Then it's Pearson, Bullock Carter. Stephen Duncan, the Scotsman, is in 4th position, and we'll try and track Mackenzie Douglas's progress in kart number 24, the Coles Racing kart, one of the red, white and blue machines, and he comes from there. I think he's already in front of 3 or 4 karts. In fact, the end of lap number 1, he's up to 15th position, and his chances are going to be based on how much Harry Linden, Finley Smith and Pearson, Bullock Carter battle, and then if Stephen Duncan gets involved, because it becomes then, you know, a bit of a defensive struggle, that will help Mackenzie Douglas. He's still got to make 14 more overtakes in the next 13 minutes 50 seconds. So these are the 15-minute races. So this is 15-minute races, even longer. There at the back of the field, there's Michael Morgan, you know, doing his best to try and stay with the more experienced drivers in front of him.
Looked like a little bit unsettled there from the 56 out of the first corner, Ben Crossley, so got to watch out for those curbs at the exit there. They can catch you out, but this was the main kind of battle that we were watching previously earlier on for the juniors, or the Minimax I should say, and it was very nearly a race win from Finn Smith earlier on, and I'm sure he's wanting to capitalise on that and really try and push for the win this time around, and pushing he is, but pushing Linden into the final corner.
Yeah, and you can see that Linden was a little bit defensive coming into the turn 4 over the crest, you know, and that suggests that Harry's not going to be leaving the door open, so the leaders should stay together now, and that's going to help the drivers behind them, because you've now got a 5-kart breakaway at the front. We're talking about Mackenzie Douglas. He's now going to try and race his way. It's all well and good being very fast, you know, when you're leading and you've got clean air in front of you. It's a different thing being fast when you've got to try and side your way past a bunch of midfield drivers who may be a little bit slower than you, but who certainly aren't going to make it easier to pass. So now it's about racing. Here's the first. Ooh, that was close. It's still very close. Smith was up the inside. You've got to commit.
Yeah.
And Finn Smith didn't commit there, and he was fortunate that Harry Linden didn't cut across him. I mean, that sort of, he sort of hung his nose on the inside around that corner without sort of backing out of it, but without sort of really getting his head down and going for it. Early stages yet, and he was probably halfway through the move, and he realised, oh, actually, maybe I'm going to save that one for later.
Yes, it was a very, I would say, ambitious early on move to try and get to the front. I would say maybe again just eyeing up, piling on the pressure again, pushing him into the last corner. It's just a gentle push, not forceful, but
testing the water.
Yes, yeah, exactly that. Just as they're going into the final corner there, just staying behind as the rest of these karts now are starting to pile in. You can see there the 16 looking down the inside of the 56. Can't quite get it done this time around into turn 2. Stays behind, and this train of 5 stays a train of 5.
Yes, Ben Crossley holding off Stephen Duncan there. Mikey Porter is just off this lead group, but behind Porter there's maybe over a 1.5 second gap back to the next group of karts. Is flashing onto your screen there, led by the number 30 Aaron Fool. Oh, that's Mason Perrin, sorry, up into 7th place now. Alfie Gallagher is 8th, Aaron Fool down to 9th. Then it's Chloe Chong rounding at the top 10, Jay Lawrence 11th, and Mackenzie Douglas up to 12th. So behind Mackenzie Douglas is now Crew Speakman, Josh Camp, Bryn Collins, Harrison Crowther, Joe Garraway and Mikey Morgan. All 18 karts still running, 11 minutes to go, and I think this, that's a dangerous thing for me to do.
Yeah, the thinking is dangerous.
Yes, yes.
Don't hurt yourself.
No, try not to, but I think the 5 karts that we see battling now will shortly become 6, and if they become 6, then that group behind 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th could all catch them as well. We could have the Dirty Dozen.
Yes, we could indeed, and that is possible in Minimax, and we've seen it before. And yeah, with 10 minutes left on the clock, there is still plenty of time for that to happen, as we see this train of 5 separated by 7/10 of a second going through. Stephen Duncan, fastest driver on the circuit at the moment, currently in 4th place, 38.7.
There's a move.
Their fastest time, and yes.
Here's some Bullock Carter.
Nicely done, moving up into 2nd place on the 15. And of course, this happened earlier on as well in the race, where Finn Smith again pushed down to 3rd. Clawed his way back though, and finished the race in 2nd. I always feel like they get a bit of a bump at the in the back as they go over that curb. It just looks like someone's hit them, but it's actually just them going over the curb.
It's just the force of the energy being transferred from Mojo tyre to sort of steering column to driver.
Yes.
All in the space of a fraction of a second. But interestingly, Pearson Bullock Carter made the move there, but Harry Linden didn't get away. So nobody has got the pace to pull away here. As long as they're letting Harry Linden lead, I mean, Mikey Porter in the number 55 kart, you can see there, the Jack's Motorsport machine, he is 1.3 seconds behind this lead quintet in 6th position. And then the 7th place battle is now nearly 3 seconds back. Aaron Fool is back in the head of that 2nd group. Mason Perrin was there. They're battling. Obviously, they're chopping and changing position there, and they are falling away from this lead 5. Mackenzie Douglas is up to 11th now, but he did just get a warning flag. So again, that happens. Panic station set in. He realises there's we go there. There is a move there. Pearson Bullock Carter. So Lancashire's Pearson Bullock Carter takes the lead away from Harry Linden. Linden comes straight back and is now coming into the first chicane.
Yep, and while these are scrapping now, that's allowing everyone to catch back up. So your prediction is coming to light here, with these 5 now becoming 6 very, very soon, as the 55 is still closing in. Michael Porter wanting to capitalise on this group of 5 scrubbling together.
Scrubbling.
Scrubbling.
That's a very good word. I like that.
I think it was a bit of a tongue twist that came out there.
That's a very good word there. I like that. So they're scrubbling position. That's a Minimax term. That is.
It is scrubbling. Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to. That's going to become my thing now.
I'm only going to wait until I'm not commentating before I steal it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. There we go.
So still 5 at the front. Linden. 6/10, just under a 10th of a second. I say 6/10 of a second. That's a country mile in Minimax. But you can see the green and orange crash helmet of Mikey Porter behind them. He just flashes onto the camera shot now and again. He's working hard.
Oh, look at this! 3 wide into here, turn 4, and it was always going to end. I thought it was going to end badly there, but everyone slides through there. I think the main person who capitalised on that one definitely had to be the 15, Bullock Carter, who managed to just hold on to it. Really, it was no one gained much, but everyone held their position. I thought it was all going to go wrong there,
and it almost did, but they well controlled it. But I mean, there is the gap that Harry Linden might need, because that was very exciting, 3 wide in turn 4, but everyone did have to scrubble. Oh, sorry, I'm
stealing my word already.
They scrubble off speed, and that has allowed Linden to get away. Sorry, Anthony, I do apologise, but sometimes the good ones are easiest to steal.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
And they almost tried again. Finn Smith in the number 19 kart there in 4th place. He almost tried to dive inside of a situation that was already side by side in front of him. Now he's looking again. Finn Smith looks like he's noticed that Linden has got away, and panic has set in. Now, even though the easiest, the sensible thing would be to try and push up the front, the racing driver inside you says, no, I got to get there, I got to get there. I know I can catch Linden, but I can't with these two in front of me, so I got to get past him. Whereas maybe if he pushed, then he got there. But Linden now enjoying a 1 second lead on lap 13, but still 6 3/4 minutes to go. And Mikey Porter, he was 1.4 seconds behind this group. He's now 0.9.
Yeah, so it's slightly opening up now. It is at the front, so these three, like you say, or these four, definitely need to work together, but that's not happening right now. As straight down the inside of the final corner goes the 15 of Bullock Carter and moves up into P2. Stephen Duncan now into third. Finn Smith holding on to that fourth spot. He's obviously down 2 positions from his original spot for the final of second place, so he's wanting to capitalise on this and close back up. There's the 56, still close behind and ever closer. Here comes Michael Porter, 6th place at the moment in the 55. There he is now on your screen, closing that gap, trying to get up to this group now, and the group behind as well doesn't look like they're making ground at the moment. They've still got quite a sizable gap.
Yeah, no, the battle for 7th is still one of the. So there's Mikey Porter. So this is the Jack's Motorsport making their national debut here this weekend. So it's Dan Holland Racing with Harry Linden up at the front, Coles Racing with Pearson Bullock Carter in second, Vision Motorsport with Stephen Duncan in third, Team Clay Racing with Finn Smith in fourth, then Ben Crossley for Vision Motorsport in fifth. And it's interesting, you know, Ben Crossley sitting in the back of there in the number 56. You can see the predominantly blue race suit on. You know, he's been biding his time and watching, but at some point he's going to have to press the go button. So he's spent the first, we're on lap number 16 now, so he spent a lot of time just, you know, just watching and just making sure that he doesn't get too involved in any of the incidents where, you know, you could lose time. But now the whole group are losing time. He's going to have to make his bid for a podium. At the moment, Harry Linden, the GP plate holder, has, I wouldn't say he's got one hand on the trophy, but with 4.5 minutes to go, it is going to take a concerted effort from Bullock Carter, from Smith, and from Duncan, and from Crossley to work together. And as I say that, though, they completely aren't listening. They need comms to Kart radio, because they've just shot positions again. Good move from Finn Smith to move into P2. Bullock Carter back to 4th place, but that gap that was 0.6 of a second, instantly it's nearly 0.9 of a second. Yeah,
but I think Finn's got the pace now to pull these karts along to get them to close up to Linden. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's 4 minutes to go. Like you say, it doesn't seem like a lot, but there's a long way to go still.
Now, yeah, Harry Linden, of course, he's got the GP, which means he won Kartmaster, so he knows how to win a big event. However, that's a one-off thing. This is the British Championship, and he's never raced in the British Championship before. There's a move for 2nd place.
Down the inside, they're still not listening, and that gap was nice, 9/10 of a second. It's probably going to be over a second now, and again, Finley, as he gains 2 places, now loses 2 places, drops back down into 4th place.
And so you say this is the British Championship, so there will be some nerves. And there's another move, that's Pearson Bullock Carter back up the inside of Stephen Duncan, and takes P2. The gap, yeah, like you said, Anthony, 1.1 seconds now. Linden, he's been coached. He's had the start of the season with Dan Holland Racing, so they would have coached him how to manage a race, how to manage yourself as well. You know, as a driver, I know what it's like to, you know, you're leading a race going into the last lap, and suddenly you start hearing things that are wrong with the kart. You're starting like worrying about curbs. You're not just driving. You're not focusing 100% on going quickly. You're focusing 75% on going quickly and 25% worrying. You know, and that could slow Linden down a little bit, unless of course he's got to stay calm. He's got to stay calm. The more that these guys battle, though, the easier it is for Harry, who's now 1.3 seconds up the road with 2.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, these guys really are not helping themselves. They need to just get into a single file, close up, work together, and get to the end. There's a technical flag for Crowther.
Harrison Crowther, 77.
Crowther.
Sorry, it's like, just think of Leslie. Oh, you're too young to remember Leslie Crowther. Come on down, the price is right. Enough of that. Here we go. Stephen Duncan at the inside of Finn Smith. Once again, makes the move. So, yeah, Harrison Crowther, the privateer driver on the Xspirit chassis, out of the race.
Yeah, big shame for them. Just about 2 minutes left on the clock then. We are watching the battle for 2nd place here. It is between Bullock Carter, Stephen Duncan, Finn Smith, and Ben Crossley at the moment on your screen. Less than 2 minutes on the clock, and it's still all to play for the battle for 2nd place. That second pot on the rostrum as they head through now. As the race leader at the moment, the GP plate of Harry Linden is still driving away the gap of 1.5 seconds now.
In turn number 4, over the crest, Crowther, I think
he's gone round again, hasn't he?
He's gone round again, 90 seconds ago. Oh, now in the left-hand side of your screen, you just saw there, we saw 2 karts facing the wrong way. out the commentary box window as we're watching Duncan having another little nibble at Pearson Bullock Carter, and he by Eck, because he's Lancastrian, he says that. Even though he's 11, he's got a deep voice like that, I promise you. He goes, no, not coming through there. Stephen Duncan thinking to himself, I'm coming through whether you like it or not, sunshine, but at the moment the door remains closed. Finn Smith there in 4th place, Ben Crossley still in 5th. I mean, we talk about patience or lack thereof amongst karters, but all
down the inside
lovely.
Goes the 16 of Duncan there on the 15 of Bullock Carter, and there is a retiring. Is that a
yeah, that's Harrison Crowley.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, I got a bumper. I didn't know, honest. You know, don't shout at me, please don't send me to the stewards. So talk about patience or lack thereof. Ben Crossley, kart number 56. He's been the last kart in this train for at least 10, maybe 12 laps now. He hasn't made his move yet. There's Pearson Bullock Carter making yet another move. Are we going to see something from Ben Crossley? And it's taken Mikey Porter 21 laps, but he has finally caught the group.
He has, and now he's going to try and capitalise on this. As straight down the inside goes the 16 of Duncan, under braking. The back of the kart stepped out. What kart control that was to get that second place spot back with 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds for Harry Linden. There goes Bullock Carter with 3 wide into the last corner. Well, Harry Linden takes the start-finish board, and it's not hit 0 yet. So next time around, it'll be the last lap board. Time running out. Through the first chicane comes this great battle for second. Now into chicane number 2. Pearson Bullock Carter's got to make that Tony Kart very, 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 very wide indeed.
He is, and here comes Finley Smith as well down the inside. Can't quite get it done that time around, but he's right there, right behind, looking for that spot there. Sweeps to the outside. Is he going to try and get the switch back here? Can't quite do it. Is he going to try it here again? No, can't quite do it this time. Last lap board will come out this time for Harry Linden, who crosses the line in just a moment. But all eyes on this battle for second place at the moment, as it's getting very tetchy.
Now what can Porter do? Porter, he's caught them, and Crossley looked over his shoulder that last lap, and he's had nothing behind him. Now he's got someone behind him. He's going to have to try and make a move. But Porter, there is your... Porter's going to try at something to get from 6th up onto the podium. There goes Linden out of the second chicane. Bullock Carter holding off Duncan for second. Here comes Crossley. Now Crossley's biding his time. Now he pulls the
contact.
He pulls the trigger and it misfires. And there's a wave yellow flag going on into the turn 5 area. What was that for?
Here comes the last corner lunge though. Who's going to go first? It goes very defensive from Duncan. Lindley takes the checkered flag, and it's all down to who takes the second place spot. It's going to be Bullock Carter from Duncan who takes it. Finley Smith takes 4th, and Ben Crossley crosses the line in 5th place. But yes, there was a waved yellow flag out in that section, and that is what's caused it. I can see a 30 there.
That's Jay Lawrence, and the number 30
Mason Pearson.
Mason Perrin, yeah.
Perrin, sorry.
No, and who could... Well, didn't see what happened, but I mean there was no overtaking, but you wonder because you can't see the leader, and then suddenly there's a yellow flag being waved. You think there, but Harry Linden. So the boy from Barry, when he won Kart Masters, they closed Barry Island because it was too full, and they literally everyone was watching the Alpha live stream. 2 days after Harry Linden won, the Dutch and Duke of Cambridge turned up at Barry Island to try and get their knockoff Dan Holland racing shirts out the back of Marco's Cafe where they filmed Gavin and Stacey. He's now won the first round of the British Championship. I think only the Queen will do. Personally this week, you know, if we don't have an extra, there's the lad from Barry Island. Free ice creams all around on the seafront when we get home. Thank you very much. Looking back there, Cruz Speakman, he was up in the top 10 earlier on. He finished 15th. So we saw Harrison Crowther and Jay Lawrence and Mason Perrin go out, but from the back of the grid, Mackenzie Douglas made it up to 7th. So that fantastic battle, so far, best battle of the day. So far in Minimax. Now, Anthony Jordan is going to get his running shoes on. He's got some very nice sort of brown, good old-fashioned daps they are, I've got to say. And he's going to go and speak to our winner, Harry Linden. They are literally partying on the streets of Barry Island as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic result, 5 seconds. Well, the results sheets, ladies and gentlemen, will say that, you know, Harry Linden won that race by 5 seconds. Oh, you think to yourself, he must have dominated. Not at all. It was only the fact that superb battle for second that allowed Harry to see them. Now you can see down in the foreground there's the gentleman, the tall gentleman with the red Coles Racing shirt. That's Mackenzie Douglas's dad, Andrew, and Harry Linden's dad, James, there was just chatting away to his countryman, and big hug and a handshake, and pretty soon, you know, leaping like a gazelle onto our screens will be Anthony Jordan to interview the winner. Then it'll be the next race, which is going to be taking place shortly. That will be Rotax 177 final, but not before we hear to the finest driver from Barry and Dennis Powys. Splits his time between, you know, the two resorts, Barry and Dennis Powys on the South Wales Riviera, does Harry Linden. And of course, those are the provisional results. I will say that that is the provisional top three. Harry Linden from Wales, Pearson Bullock Carter from Lancashire, and Stephen Carter from Scotland. So there's the scene at the end of a kart race. Now, of course, what you'll see is some of the karts will be they'll be saying that once they've had their nose cones checked, once they've had their weights checked, some karts will be saying, okay, you're free to go and load up the van. Now, in every class there is a trophy presentation which takes place at the end of the day. There's a trophy for the top three, obviously, and then the leading privateer driver and the leading rookie, the leading British Championship rookie. Other karts, the ones that aren't allowed, they'll be put to the side, and then the technical team here, with the gentleman with the white shirts and black sort of vest jackets, they will ask the drivers or the mechanics to say, we want to see this part of the kart, that part of the kart, we want to strip down this element, we want you to take this off, and make sure that it's all technically correct. But as we look at the end of that race, Anthony Jordan is down speaking to Harry Linden.
Well, thank you, Harry, in a very busy kind of paddock area. I'm trying not to get run over here myself, but Mr. Linden, what a race that was. You kind of held on to that one at the end.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. It was very close all weekend, but in the final I managed to get quite a bit big of a gap.
Yeah, well, obviously we interviewed you yesterday to say, you know, you're moving to the team, and see like a cracking effort from that one. You must be pleased with the team with all the effort they've put in for the kart today. Yeah,
the car, everything about today was just amazing, the whole weekend.
Awesome stuff. And of course, for that final there, absolutely flat out to the end. The start obviously was a bit dramatic. You had the group with you the whole time, jostling for position, but at the end you held your own, you got to the flag, and it was a cracking race for us to watch. Yeah,
it was good. I'd like to thank my dad, the whole of Dan Holland and Russ Carter.
Excellent stuff. Well done, and congratulations on the race win.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Harry. I have to say that Anthony Jordan doing his best. People said he sounds like Anthony Davidson, but enough of that. It's Rotax 177 up next. Minimax now, and finishing as the lead privateer in Minimax in 11th place overall, Bryn Collins. Well done, Bryn. Bryn, with the name like that, are you Welsh? Are you secretly Welsh? No, he's not. That's a shame. I thought I was going to claim another one there. Top three time, and again, the drivers in third and second place. What a battle. Probably one of the best battles we've seen all day. Finishing in third place from Scotland, Stephen Duncan. Well done, but the driver who just edged Stephen home in second place, the pride of Lancashire, Pearson Bullock Carter. But your winner, and taking not only the winner's trophy, but the top rookie finisher on his British Championship debut, Harry Linden. Now, Harry, other people always get to do the interview, but, you know, being from Barry-Bados-on-Sea, South Wales Riviera, congratulations. How does it feel to be top step of the podium again?
Yeah, it feels good. It was a really good weekend.
Now, I've mentioned it a few times, but after you won at Kart Masters, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge came to Barry Island just to see you, apparently, on the Tuesday, but you were out on your bike. I think the Queen's come in this week, so make sure you stay home, all right?
Yeah, that's all right.
In the final, you managed to get a breakaway. The fantastic battle going on behind you, but it's been really tough. You've got a hard season in front of you with these guys and a couple of others as well. You think you've got what it takes?
Yeah, as long as we carry on what we did today, then yeah.
Congratulations, Harry Linden. It's all right, because I think older brother Joe had a bit of an expensive one in the pre-final, so that helps Mr. Linden on the way home.